If you are running a startup, there are 1,000 different things to worry about. Paying your employees on time, utility bills, raising capitals, taxes, sourcing, and not to mention that little thing called profit margins. You certainly don't want to worry about issues like property damages, business interruptions, and workmen's insurance. So don't. Tapan, we are in an age where startups are booming. They're everywhere. So what does the insurance sector have to offer to them?
If I am doing a startup, my biggest risk is after all the little resources that I could not put together, set up my company, and last thing I want is a short circuit, taking it all away. From where do I get my funds again? The last thing I want is my employees falling ill and the kind of money that's being spent by them that they just give it up, in terms of again coming back. The last thing I want is the directors and officers liability on me. I think it's also mandatory by the Companies Act coming on me for some harassment or some issue which has happened, and then I'm fighting all those litigation and all my money goes down the drain. So even before my dreams are fulfilled, I'm finished. So I would strongly recommend a property insurance, a small GMC for your, that's group medical cover for your employees, a director and officer liability for all the directors and officers in the company, and also a kind of cyber cover for what can go wrong.
So what happens if the shop or the actual business gets closed? Not many people think about it. So how does it affect the owner?
A small incident, let's say something goes wrong and you have a fire and the shop closes down for some time, or the factory closes down. Now, would you stop paying wages to your people? Would you stop paying all the municipal taxes? The standing cost would be there. Then you're losing profits also. And you'd be happy to know that you already have a cover for this. Why don't you buy this cover? So if things go wrong, your standing cost, your profit, loss of profit, all that also gets covered. So it puts you back to where you were much faster than what it would have been for a long time.
Well, makes sense, because the employer is also responsible ultimately for the health and well-being of the employees. Now, what are the options for that?
As it is, the employer has a moral obligation or duty to see how he or she can help their employees who have been giving their life and death for the organization. But if you have a good cover, they will provide good medical facilities. They can go to the best hospitals, get treated very well, get recovered very fast, and then come back again to action. It makes a huge difference. So I think it's very relevant what you ask.
Now, a lot of business is also happening online, and referring to our previous discussion, I think the cyber insurance also becomes necessary again.
I have suddenly seen a huge spurt in cyber insurance as an organization. So I spoke about retail. As individuals, you should have a cyber cover. As an organization, you should have a cyber cover. Though the crime has shifted from the streets to the cyber age. There's a huge shift.
Okay. So what about the companies that are involved in the logistics? It could be operating mini trucks. It could be shipping the goods to other places. So what for them?
What people forget is they think that if my vehicle is not covered, what can go wrong? If a bumper breaks, I'll get it repaired. Why look at the hassle of insurance? They forget that's not the case. If the vehicle hits somebody, there's a third party injury or a death, the claims can run to crores of rupees, and the liability is the owner's. So it comes back to the owner as a liability to pay that claim. If it's not insured, then he or she pays for it. It will set you back by many years. In fact, all your assets, property can get vanished in just one incident.
Okay. So apart from these, are there any other covers that might be useful for these?
So as I said, from a startup perspective, look at your risks. And what startup are you in? One, cyber is very, very critical. Most startups are tech startups, they're using tech very, very strong. So cyber insurance is something very critical. Second, take care of employees. As it is, you are shortage of crunch of resources there. Last thing you want is some good people just leaving and going because they could not afford to take care of themselves. Take care of employees. Take good employee covers, right from retail cyber to a GMC cover, a workman compensation that you have. Take care of your property which is there. Take care of the loss of profit if you are looking at a profit phase which is there. And all this put together, actually just do an exercise. Try and see how much does it cost. And then see the total cost that you have. On that, this is a very, very small component. I'm very sure you'll be fully convinced to have a good cover.
Well, you're right. Safeguard your business, safeguard yourself. It makes perfect business sense. Don't hesitate, don't wait, buy insurance and buy peace of mind.